We are the sun that rises. No compromises. For us, healthy is not just a trend. It is our weekday. It is our weekend. But health at the cost of taste? A question rises. Not for us, for we make no compromises. The India of today makes no compromises on health or taste. And that is why it chooses US cranberries. US cranberries, the taste of health.
Hello, welcome to Fit That. You're with Healthy Living with Sharan, and today I'm going to talk about cancers. Most of us don't worry about cancer till it affects us, and when it does, we're so scared, right? And actually, neither of these things are right, because we all should start worrying about how to prevent cancer so that it never affects us, and if it affects us, we should know exactly what to do, right? So many people are suffering from cancers these days. And many of us, even if we aren't suffering from cancer, we know someone, many times a family member. My mother died of cancer at a very young age. She had thyroid cancer. And so cancer cure is very dear to my heart. Whenever we want to get rid of a problem, we need to understand the causes of that problem. Usually, cancer is treated with three weapons. 1, surgery. 2, chemotherapy. And 3, radiation. All of these are great, but we have to recognize that if we just remove the cancer, cut it out with surgery, we haven't really removed the causes of the cancer, and therefore cancer can come back. Similarly with chemotherapy. Chemotherapy is a poison, and chemicals are carcinogens, and many of the chemotherapeutic agents are actually carcinogens. But then why do doctors use them? Because chemotherapy is used when we are in a rush. Cancer cells are fast-growing cells, and chemotherapeutic agents kill all fast-growing cells quickly. And that's why when you take chemotherapy, you'll find blood counts go down, or that hair falls out, and also that, you don't feel like eating, or your digestive system is disarranged, and that's because chemotherapeutic agents destroy the microbial flora in the intestines. Actually, taking chemotherapy is like taking 10 antibiotics together, and you already know how bad it is for your body when you take antibiotics, right? But chemotherapeutic agents kill the fast-growing cancer cells, and therefore they really help to buy time. Now, even if we buy time with surgery or chemotherapy or even radiation, and I'll speak a little bit about radiation, we must work on the causes of cancer and remove the causes of cancer in order that we can recover from it. Radiation is burning, and everyone knows that radiation is X-rays, and X-rays cause cancer. And therefore, we really want to minimize radiation. There's something good about it, that radiation works in a localized manner and just burns those cancer cells and maybe all the cells around it. And so it takes time to heal from radiation as well, because it's like healing from burns. Now, we should minimize all these treatments, but of course, we may not always be able to avoid all these treatments. However, it would be good to understand what other people have done. And I want to point you to a very good book called Chris Beat Cancer by Chris Walk. Chris found himself with colorectal cancer, and he really didn't want to undergo all the treatment. He was young, he had recently got married, and he wanted to become a father. And this motivated him to look up all the different things that other people had done and started doing them to reverse his cancer. What did he do? He started eating more foods that we should eat, fresh vegetables and fruits and raw vegetables. Every animal in nature eats their food raw. He stopped eating refined foods like sugar and white flour and white rice and oil. He started avoiding all animal products, and that's because when we see animals, like if you see a chicken walk by or a goat or a cow, instinctively we're not attracted. It's not our food. And putting wrong fuel in our body is like putting diesel in a car that runs on petrol. It doesn't work, right? So we need to get our act together and start doing things in the right way. And then he looked at his goals. He wanted to become a father. And he obviously, you don't want to become a father who cannot support your family. And so he wanted to keep doing his work, and he actually changed his job. He started recording his whole cancer story so that he could share it with millions. He wrote a book, and now it's already 10 or many more years, maybe 10 or 14 years since he got cancer. His 2 children have grown up, and he's completely well, and he's helped so many people. You could look up his website, but the most important thing is to understand that he decided that he can do it. Sometimes when we get cancer or when someone has cancer, they get so demotivated, they get depressed. Why me? But when we recognize that every single disease is an effect of our life and we have the power to change it. We have the power to change our state of mind, what we put in our body, how we rest, how we stress, how we exercise. We can take charge of our health. And sometimes it requires learning everything so that you are totally in charge. If you or anyone you know has cancer, please be aware that there is help out there, and that even if we go in for conventional treatment, we can do so much to take charge of our health and get well. Thank you for listening.